Hi guys, welcome to my Ghost Recon Wildlands preview. This game drops it's on the 7th of March, so about a month, and it's a £40 full price AAA Ghost Recon game. Now, Ghost Recon's been around for a long time. It's always kind of been off my radar because of the third person bullshit that it insists on using. I'm not going to go into it again because, you know the reasons. I'll touch on it. Let me just, I need to, just give me third person. Why it doesn't work in a shooter game is because it's cheating. You can see round corners. End of story. As you can see here with this clip, I can see this guy round the corner. Now, just because the cover system in this game is so bad, he can actually see me as well. Honestly, the cover system is broken. It is so broken, as are a lot of things in this game. It is bug ridden, and that's very alarming considering it releases in 4 weeks time. It would have been way better had this been a first person game. Now, you can go down the sights in first person, and I'll come to that shortly when I go into the combat. Anyway, what is this game? Well, it's a 4-player co-op or single player experience, and it's a huge open world, and I mean huge. This is probably one of the biggest open world games ever made. In this shooter genre, because if you look at Far Cry, any of the Far Cry games, I think this is actually bigger. Now, the reason I say that is because in the beta we only had to play one zone. Just one zone. You can see a white line marking the zone clearly on the map. We only had that zone to play in. Now, there are 21 zones. Yeah. Now, how many missions is that? I don't know. I really don't know, but that's a lot. And bear in mind, there's a lot of side missions as well as the main story mission, a bit like in Far Cry. Then you've got a huge open world map. Now, the open world map isn't anywhere near as good as Far Cry's. That's the bloody problem with it. Far Cry was a living, breathing map. I mean, if you remember Far Cry 3, it was deadly. You had all kinds of animals going on. There was herbs, plants to collect, animals to kill and skin. And, what made Far Cry 3 such an amazingly good game was, you kind of had a lot of progression to do in lots of different areas in the game. Whereas in this, you've just got pretty much one area of progression, and that is unlocking weapons and modding them and things like that, and equipment. So it's all totally combat orientated, which is fine because you play like a Black Ops team anyway. Now, as I said earlier, the game is co-op, 4-player co-op, which it works fine, or single player. Now, I've been playing mainly single player because it's the beta and not many people actually own this yet, so finding partners was really impossible on my friends list. I did go and just play online and just let it matchmake, and I ended up with 3 other kids who sounded like they were about 10, and the first thing I heard was, "It looks like your mom." I just can't. I'd rather actually stab myself through the face with a pencil than actually play with people like that. So I just kind of went single player. I turned the difficulty up, but not to maximum, but up to how the developers intended you to play it. Veteran mode, I think it was. And I found it very, very easy. I mean, very easy. The thing is, when you're going on these missions, and the missions is all scattered around the map, and you can just go to whichever one you want. You're not kind of told, go there, do that. You are told, hey, look, you can go there and do that, or you can go over there, or hey, there's a question mark there. Do you want to go and check that out? And how you traverse the map is what makes the game fun. You've got planes, you've got helicopters, you've got motorbikes, you've got Jeeps, you've got APCs, you've got ordinary cars, you've got all sorts of stuff. You've got boats, speedboats, everything really. And it is fun travelling around the map like that. It also has fast travel if you're a loser, but why do fast travel when you've got vehicles? Get immersed in the whole sense of the world. That's the whole point of playing these open world games. You don't want to be fast travelling. I did the whole of Far Cry 3 without fast travelling at all. The whole playthroughs on the other channel. Every single episode. It is absolutely fucking hilarious. So this is a lot like Far Cry 3. The problem with this is, though, the bugs that I've mentioned. Now, the driving is one of the big bugbears of this game. It is awful. I don't know what they're doing with the driving. It's wrong. It's just wrong. The handling physics of the vehicles are just wrong. Now, I did kind of compensate after an hour or so and was able to kind of judge how to throw the car around corners and everything. But a few of the times I did end up in rivers or lakes, which made me laugh a lot. It was quite funny, and that's why I liked Far Cry 3, because I got such a laugh out of the game. I didn't take it seriously at all. It was just hilarious role-playing this character, and I've had exactly the same kind of hilarity playing Ghost Recon Wildlands. I find this game hilarious. I don't take it one bit seriously as a shooter. The AI is just pretty crap, to be honest. Your own team are just always either drowning or just disappearing and then reappearing. The pathfinding's pretty shit. The tactical AI is not very good at all. In fact, the enemy, the difficulty, I think, is all it does is changes the amount of damage you take and the amount of hit points they have. So it's, you know, it's pretty dumbed down, really. The gunplay is good in this game. The enemy will go down very realistically. You know, you can take them out with one shot, no problem at all. I actually love the gunplay in this. They're not bullet sponges like in a lot of these kind of games. They are pretty easy to take down, even with a pistol. You know, at about 20, 30 yards away, you can take them down. Every weapon has a suppressor as well, so you can go in silently, or you can go in guns blazing, take suppressors off and just go full on fuego. It's entirely up to you how you do the missions, and that's another good thing about the game. I just found the more I played it, the more mental I would do. Like, instead of, you know, doing a mission properly, I would parachute out of a helicopter just 150 feet above the enemy base and try and take out the whole base when I land in there. My teammates were still in the helicopter when I bailed out. I was actually the pilot, and I just noticed the helicopter going down in the distance with all my team in, and then all of a sudden my team appear near us. It's so much bullshit, but so much fun at the same time. You get in a car, leave your teammates at the side of the road, and, you know, before you know it, they've caught up with you as soon as you get out of the vehicle. Or better still, you get in a vehicle and you drive away before they actually get in, and then halfway down the road they're in the vehicle shooting out the windows and stuff. It's just, it makes you laugh. It's Just Cause 3 basically kind of laughs in this game. And, you know, as much as I hate third person, I'm having fun in this game. I went back in the game to record the graphical settings, which I'll show you in a second. Ended up playing it for another half an hour. It's that kind of game. You've got to be able to put behind you the huge failings of a tactical shooter and just say, hang on a minute, there's a motorbike, I'm going to ride around and have some fun. I'm going to assassinate you, I'm going to kill him. There's like running people over, having head-ons with motorcyclists and watching them go flying over the roof of your car is just so much fun and so funny. The downside is you can't just go around killing innocent civilians as I've been doing. Pulling them out the car, then just shooting them in the back as they run away. You get penalised and you'll fail your missions. Now, as long as you only, I don't mind failing missions for that, but I would like an option where I can murder anybody I want. You know, I'm not really bothered about playing this game properly. I know a lot of you will probably just ridicule me for doing it, but I don't think there's a proper way to play any game. I think, you know, you do what you do, you've paid your money, you know, do what you want to do. I kind of get bored of sending up a drone into the air and, you know, it looks and it spots all the enemies. You've got an unlimited supply of drones. It's like a little camera goes into the base and says there's a guard there, tags them. You then have x-ray vision where you can see them through the bloody walls. And then you go in the base and you kill them all. What's so hard about that? Nothing. It's absolutely easy. In fact, half the time I didn't even use my squad. I just went in solo and just killed everybody. So, you know, it wasn't really testing me. But when I see a base, you know, I want to do other things. I want to ride a bike in and just straight into a building, dive into a building and try and hold out in that building. The problem with all of this kind of stuff is I found it hard to do that in third person because it's so fucking clunky, switching from third to first person every time you aim down sights. It's kind of disorientating a little bit, and I just don't like third person. You know, it's easy mode really. It just, you see too much. It's bullshit. But guys, and this is the big but, I'm actually liking the game and it's getting raped. No one seems to like it except me. I actually like it. Bugs aside, it's full of bugs which are probably not going to get fixed before the 7th of March. But it's a huge open world, a shit ton of missions, lots of vehicles, 60 vehicles I think there is, loads of different weapons, different classes you can choose. You know, you can switch sniper to assault rifles, there's RPGs, grenade launchers, it's, you name it. You got mines, you've got all sorts of stuff to do. And playing this with your mates, if you're all like-minded and idiots, it'll be hilarious. I can just see so much hilarity playing this with 4 of your friends. It'll just be an absolute blast. As for how the game runs, well, on my 1070 I haven't had any problems. I haven't played it on my 770, but on the 1070 I'm getting around about 50 frames a second on the ground, and when I'm in a vehicle, and about 60 when I'm shooting and stuff like that. I have heard a few people that are having a few issues with it, but you can alter the graphics, you can turn them down. I've got everything running pretty much on full blast, but you can turn that down to tweak it a little bit. But I think it's a great fun game. It might not be the best, but it's certainly great fun. If you are thinking of buying it, then you know there is a link in the description to Greenman Gaming. They're doing this for I think $31.99, so it's about £9 cheaper than Steam at the minute. Well worth picking it up from that. That's where I'm going to grab mine from if you're going to buy it. So there you go, guys. Ghost Recon Wildlands is looking pretty average but hilariously fun at the same time, and I think with a few mates it'll be a blast. I'll do a full review round about the 8th or 9th of March.